We were very excited when we found out we were pregnant. It was a long fertility journey. So the doctors came in with a game plan to say that we're gonna try to keep him in for 36 weeks. I knew the main part was to keep my pressure stabilized so that we can keep Bradley in as long as possible to make sure that he can get the full 48 hours of the steroid shot for his lungs.
The doctor said, we're probably getting to the point where, we're gonna have to separate these two, mom and baby, or else somebody's not going to make it. And the doctor came in and the doctor essentially said, he has to come out. And it's going to happen tonight.
The first time I saw my son was through a picture from my husband, because I wasn't well enough to go see him or go over to the NICU. I first saw my son about a little over 48 hours after I gave birth. It was the longest walk of my life, from the mother-baby unit to the NICU. And I just saw him in the incubator, and he had so many tubes and a mask, and he was so frail and so fragile and so tiny.
So I was scared for him. This is my child, but he didn't look like what you thought your child would look like coming out. I thought we were going to get this 8-pound, whatever ounce, boy with a little bit of hair on his head, and he was going to be ready to go home in 2 days. I thought that's what we were getting in February. Instead, on Thanksgiving night, we got the 2-pound, 3-ounce son. How are these doctors and nurses even touching him right now? It looks like he could just fall apart. He was so tiny. So that part was scary.
The nurse asked, "Would you like to hold your son?" She put him on my chest, and he was so tiny. His little butt was kind of hanging out, and you see his back, and the feeling of the skin to skin, it was amazing.
I look at him now, he looks like a 2-year-old. He's not even 2 years old yet. And he knows so many words, and he loves to sing and dance, and he's just a ball full of energy in the house.
Bradley is amazing. He is lively. He's very smart. The doctors were great. The nurses were phenomenal. I was at Rush. Bradley was born at Rush University Medical Center. It's interesting because I also worked there in human resources. Never had a chance to venture over to the NICU, and that became my home away from home. It was the little things that provided a lot of comfort and support. Directly, some of this knowledge and research and things that you're doing come from the March of Dimes. The importance of the cause and where we are in the United States as far as mortality rates of mothers and babies. Being a Black woman and knowing that we have the highest rate of mortality when we're pregnant and children not surviving. No parent should experience loss of their child because they don't have the resources. The March of Dimes fights to give all mothers and babies a fighting chance, so a healthy fighting start.